Oh, hello. Ah, it's me. Oh my God. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Guess who's back, baby? Guess who's back, baby? Guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are well. My name is Wesley. I think at this point I should be welcoming myself back to this channel because what? I've been gone for such a long time, but you know what? Your girl is back. Oh man, thank you so much for all of you guys who have been patiently waiting for me to come back and do this thing. I really miss YouTube. Honestly, I will not lie. It has been a couple of months and I've been like, I need to get back at this. And finally, I am back. Yay. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. If you're wondering who this girl is, my name is Weisile. I do lifestyle content, and by lifestyle, I mean I record my day-to-day life and post it online. I do this as a hobby. I actually enjoy this. This is why I'm saying I missed this because I haven't been doing something that I like. Part of the thing that I like, which is this, for such a long time. Reasons, maybe we can discuss the reasons another time, okay? In the meantime, welcome back, guys. And I was thinking, you know what? It's high time we have an official name for the people who are part of this family. And I was like, you know what? Maybe let's call you guys the Bay Fam. I hope it doesn't sound lousy, but yeah, welcome back, Bay Fam. My name is Wesley. I'm so glad to be back. Obviously, there are things that I've changed. Number one, the hair. I've cut my hair. I cut my hair in August, so it's been a couple of months now. And if you're wondering what's going on with the whole hair thing, I am currently waiting for my hair to grow a little bit before I cut it again. Yeah. It's been a fun couple of months with the hair thing. I've been trying some colors. First time I cut my hair, I got a black hair. Like I dyed my hair black, and then the next time I went for it's a violet purple, but if you look at it, it's got a bit of, it can look as if it's reddish, but yeah, it's a shade of purple. And then after the purple, I went for a brown, but the brown didn't work out so great. It started to fade and it looked as if like I had two colors on my hair, and on top of that, it was quite similar to my skin tone. So from a far off distance, you might have thought that it looked as if nature's cop like Nikelumpaba. You know what I mean? So I had to go back and put on the red, like the violet purple, and the violet purple on top of that brown didn't give me the same color as last time, but it did have a bit of reddish purple, and that's what is on my head right now. But my hair has been growing, so underneath there's like black hair now. So yeah, that's the update on the hair thing. I am gonna be keeping short hair for a couple of months. Why? Because it is so liberating. I cannot explain. It's just how nice it is for me to walk around, or for me to just get up and go. Like there's no need to go and sit for hours getting my hair plaited. The pain that you have to endure as your hair is being pulled, the scratching, the hair. You know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Sometimes the hairstyles are quite uncomfortable, and so yeah, I'm having fun with this whole short hair thing. And the summer is hot, so to just have umoya, like umoya, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, another update. The last time I was here on YouTube, the last time I posted, I was still living in Plumtree. I since moved back to Bulawayo full time. So now I live in Bulawayo full time. I've been here for a couple of months. I moved actually in July. Yes, that's when I came to Bulawayo. I live here now, I work here now, and honestly I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. So those are the two major updates. And I also got baptized. Yay! Because if you've been a follower of this channel, you know that I've mentioned getting baptized somewhere. So yes, the opportunity came up, and I got baptized. I got baptized in, was it in September or October? It must have been in September. Yes. Oh, it was lovely. I'm glad. I'm happy about that. And now let's get into today's video. The objective of this video, I wanted to get you guys up to date, like with where I'm at. Nothing much has changed really. I'm still me, we are. Anyway, so it has been over a year since I came back from China and started living back here in Zim full time, and this is my honest review. As you can see, it's been over a year and I'm still alive. So if you ever thought, Uguchi, if you're out there and you think that coming back home will kill you, you will not die, my sister. You will not die, my brother. But you're gonna have to adjust because life is different, obviously. So we're gonna talk about that. Obviously, the things that I'm gonna talk about, my opinion, 100% my opinions, and they are not true to everyone. It's a what can I say? It's a subjective. Yes, that should be the word, but you get the gist, right? Yes. So I'm talking about the Zimbabwean experience from my point of view. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the cost of living. How much money do you spend per month? Okay, number one, groceries. So I've come to find Uguti. Oh well, this is a new development. I remember back in 2018, thereabout. In fact, in 2018, before I left for China, we used to do our groceries in these mega markets, these super big markets, right? And a lot of people would do their groceries there, from my memory. Not to say that people don't do groceries there nowadays, they still do, but since then, there have been this pop-up of these mini shops, these mini stores that sell groceries. I mean, literally every part of town has these mini malls. I'm saying in cost because are they really malls? Now, rather say they are like shopping complexes. So landlords are kind of like turning, I don't know if it's landlords or whatever, but yeah, they're turning this big building and they're compartmentalizing them. Hey, into these small shops and letting them out, and people rent them, sell I'm like clothes, shoes, jewelry, toiletries, food stuff. There's like lots of these places. If you guys know the Osel's house, that Edgar's that is by, or that was by, that's Herbert Depot and Lepo Takawira. Yeah, there used to be an Edgar store there. It's no more. That whole store was turned into these small Nyana stores that sell everything, literally. And then there was that, I think it's that building that is opposite James Court. I think it was also an Edgar's building. I don't know. But now it's also been turned into a shopping center. I heard there will be like restaurants. Now, what is operational are these small stores again. And also, if you know Michael's Hotel, it's also been turned into like a market with these small Nyana stores. Like, in my opinion, and I feel like it brings about a lot of disorder, if I'm being honest, because how are we having so many people selling groceries and and toiletries. Like, there should be a place and a particular place for that. I feel like when the towns were being designed, and there were areas where you could find supermarkets and places like that, like those type of places where Tama supermarkets, they are in this part of town or so and such. But like nowadays, everywhere there's like a mall, a shopping center, But what I've come to realize is that if you do your groceries in those small stores, is quite cheaper there than in the mega markets, from my point of view. Because like I remember the last time we did groceries, we went to one of these small shops, and we got things that are below $100, and it was quite it was like a meaningful, like it was a fully packaged grocery list, really, with the breakfast stuff, impopo, rice, the staples, sugar, everything really that we needed for the house. We got it under $100, and I'm pretty sure obviously if we were to go into like a big market, we wouldn't get those things in like less than $100, which is really quite sad if you ask me. But hey, it is what it is. People are doing what they can to survive. Everyone is selling something, which is to an extent, I feel like maybe they get caught up in this whole thing, Gucci. Since I'm starting a small business, now I have to get a shop in town. Whereas you find Gucci, some shops are kind of like they look empty, and then you wonder, Gucci, how are people surviving? Really, how are they paying these rentals and making profits? Anyway, I can collab. So yeah, that's it with the groceries and all of that, and the structure of town. Literally, you can see what everyone is doing, whatever they can to make it. Someone is selling something, and you really can't just sit by and wait to go say, oh, I went to school, I got a degree, I'm gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job where? So you have to be your own employer at this point. And the other thing that has become very widespread in the city, I mean, in Bulawayo, I can't really say much about other cities because I live here. I've lived here before, so I'm speaking like from a Bulawayo point of view. There are a lot of people selling things on the street a lot. If you go into town like in the evening, hey, there's like the pavements are covered with items, clothes, food. There's now even street food. People are frying Russian sausages and making these small kebabs, and selling them on the streets. People are really hustling, quite honestly. All right, so let's talk also about the electricity. Electricity, you guys already know the drill. Like power cuts, this is a way of life in Zimbabwe. Power cuts are a way of life. What? As I'm speaking right now, there's no electricity, and considering the rainy season has started, I'm sure there's gonna be more of these. Because if you're wondering if if they still cut the electricity when the rain starts falling or when there's a storm, yes, they do. And as it keeps raining, the potholes on the roads keep widening. Like it's not cute at all. So yes, if you're gonna live in Zim and you want to be as comfortable as ever, try by all means to have a backup solar power. Also get like a tank for your water reservoirs if you cannot get a borehole. Those are the things that are like, I feel like those are things that everyone really should invest in, not because we want to rely. I think it's a good way to shift and make sure that everyone has power in Zim, going solar or things like that. But considering that this is Zim, I don't know if this is something that can happen for the whole country soon. Anyway, I don't want to delve into that whole part. Yes, so that's it on electricity and water supply. Yeah, it's still taking, it's not constant. Amanzi, there's like a lot of water rationing. Yes, so you can go for days ungabona amanzi ephuma empompini. So you have to have those reservoirs, that Jojo tank, if you're gonna make it, if you still want to have running water in your house. Yes, and also let's talk quality of life. Generally, I in myself am happier here than I was by the time I left China. By the time I left China, I had this whole constant feeling of being alone, like you feel like there's something missing, and that something missing is being filled here at home. I feel more at ease, even though there's like work to be done. Like living in Zim is really not easy as such. It's not those small conveniences that you get maybe when you're abroad, they don't exist here. Not really, but you live, man. You can actually live. So in terms of how I feel, I do not regret living and coming back. I'm finding my stay it's quite okay, and I'm content. I feel like, yeah, I feel home, and I think that liberty, yoguti, you're in your own country, there is no one who can harass you for being a foreigner. There's no one who can look at you sideways. You won't meet people in the streets protesting against you, claiming Gucci you're taking up their space or their jobs, things like that. So that whole freedom of being in your own country, that one I feel like is actually it's a great plus. It's a plus, and I do think if you feel like you can, if you do feel like living abroad has become a bit depressing and all of that, Zim will be the perfect cure for someone like that. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Also, let's talk about currency. Yes, the US dollar is still being widely used. Now, here's the trick. If you're in Mashonaland, you will most likely use the USD as well as the Zimbabwean gold. Here in Matabeleland, I've only seen the Zimbabwean gold twice. The first time was when I was in Harare, and then the second time was like over a year ago, just as I came back, and I found them in this other supermarket. This shop attendant had them, and she was like, you know what? She asked us, I was with my sister, and she was like, have you guys ever seen this Zimbabwean gold? And like, what, do you have it? And she showed us those bills, but you will never find them in the streets in Bulawayo. But in Harare, yes, they are there. So we trade using the USD, we trade using the Rand, and yeah, that's the currency situation right now. Change is a problem. Change is a serious issue. You have to have loose money if you're gonna survive, because you find it in most places when you want to buy something and you've got like a $10 note. Let's say you want to get $1 worth of items, you might not get those things because they'll be like, a slight change, whatever. Yeah, and to comment on that whole change situation, I'm one of those people who really don't like the way business is being done in Bulawayo, frankly, because I've seen a lot of people really don't care, especially these shop attendants that you meet. And I'm saying these shop attendants because so many times nowadays, like I said, there are these small pop-up shops everywhere. So most things you have to get them from those shops, and the type of service that you get sometimes is really. I remember just last week I went into this other shop by Herbert Chitepo there, close to, yeah. I saw they were selling some clothes, and I was looking for some blouses. I get into the shop. I asked the shop attendant, this young lady, I asked her. So I get into the shop and I asked her the prices. In fact, the prices were written. So I was looking for either a white or a black blouse, and what was there was a lime red, yeah, with these colorful blouses. So I'm like, do you have these in either black and white? And she just rudely responded like, she doesn't even make the effort to turn and actually look at me and address me. Like, you get so much of this. I don't know if it's for everyone, but for me, especially if you meet these ladies about my tail points, they are so mean, man. Like, I don't even understand. Like, this one time I went to this supermarket. I'm a wholesaler at this wholesaler market, and I was buying. I had a full package of sanitary pads and some, I think, some water. Yes. And then there was this gentleman in front of me who also had a package like this. So he was buying something using a $10 note, right? So his change was something around, I think it was like $5 or $6 thereabout. And it was kind of the same case with me as well. So we get to the till point, he's ahead, he, passes forward his items that he wants to buy, and then the lady is like, do you have a $5 note? He's like, no, I said, I don't have change. And then she looks at me and she's like, what about you? What are you buying? Which money are you using? I'm like, I also have a $10 note. And she looks at us both and she's like, well, I don't have change. Mind you, this is a wholesaler. There are other till points. She doesn't even bother to like ask. Yeah, my phone started to overheat. But so I was saying, the lady didn't even bother to ask, or maybe even ask one of her colleagues, or maybe get to accounts and ask for change. She just was ignore Mundo Enkos. So imagine, I was thinking, imagine the amount of people who get turned away per day by such, the indaba shortage of change, which is like a huge loss, I feel. But anyway, that's how it is. I mean, it's annoying, it's frustrating most of the time, but you have to just live around that. If you have imali bambeneyo, $20 notes, $50 notes, $10 notes, you have to make sure that you change it to lose money if you're going to be able to trade. So those are one of the frustrations that you meet on a day-to-day life. But at the end of the day, it's part of the whole Zimbabwean experience. At the end of the day, you have the freedom of being home. At the end of the day, you're privileged to get to see your family. And frankly, at the end of the day, you start to wonder, what exactly is important to you, What are you willing to lose in pursuit of money, in pursuit of financial stability? Many people have made these sacrifices. They've left their loved ones, lost a lot of years in foreign lands, working so that they can provide for their families. I can't really say it's lost, but in a certain way it is time lost, because all those years can never be retrieved. But people make sacrifices for the livelihoods of their loved ones, and you can never really blame people for such. But for me as a young person, I was like, you know what, if I can make it in Zim, I'll really rather make it in Zim than to make it elsewhere. So now that I've been living here for over a year, I'm glad, I'm happy, I am blessed, honestly, beyond measure, because I would be such a fool if I were to credit myself, because it is just merely the grace of the Lord God Almighty. Because I've come to believe and I've come to realize that wherever a person may find themselves, it is truly God who keeps a man. So you can find yourself in the UK and you live a miserable life. You can find yourself in Indonesia living a miserable life. You can find yourself in Zim living a miserable life. So for me, it is come to my understanding, it is God. It is a God factor that gives prosperity to a man, So whether you're in Zim or you are in Canada or you're in Australia, you can still make it as long as you have God by your side, as long as you're obedient to His word. So yes, this is the update. I am back. Yes, I'm gonna be back at doing vlogs and all of that. My schedule is quite busy, so I will do my best, because I really want to do this. When I started this channel, I wanted to show people all over the world what it is like to live in Zim, what it is like to be Zimbabwean. I feel like Zimbabwe is kind of widely known, maybe sometimes for the right things, sometimes for the wrong reasons, but I want to share the Zimbabwean story my way, and this is one way of doing it, one video at a time, and also for documentation purposes. Sometimes I watch my previous videos and I'm like, what, I actually did this, or what, I actually say this, and it's like, it's very interesting. I find it very interesting, and this is to say to everyone out there, don't be scared or don't hold back into pursuing the things that you actually love, because sometimes we tend to hold back on our passions because we want to first make money, or we first want to become rich, or you first want to get 1,000 subscribers before you can start posting the content that you want to post. But we are not so sure of tomorrow. It is only God who knows what tomorrow is like, or what tomorrow is gonna bring. So we cannot live our lives holding ourselves back. Live your life to the fullest, and live to fulfill the things that God placed in your heart. And for me, part of those things is is doing such videos. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I think my mic is running out of battery. I hope it's still recording. Yes, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Remember to spread love, find joy, and spread love, find peace, and be joyful always. Rely on God for all things at all times. Until next time, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider doing so and join the beef. Bye guys, until next time.